Live from Nerd Bacon HQ in Des Moines, Iowa. This is a special after-hours edition of
After Hours.
Oh, yeah.
the Level Up Lariat podcast right here on twitch.tv/nerdbacon, brought to you by the three fine fellows of Bacon.com. My name is Jeff, a.k.a. Jeff Roth.
I'm Dave the Watchman.
And I'm Level Up Justin.
And, yeah, fellas, the best in the news of professional wrestling and video games, as only we can tell you about it, because we're the best.
Or something close to it.
Fellas, what's up? Dave Hefner over there. What's up, buddy?
Not much. We're doing this late tonight. We're experimenting. Normally we're at 6:30 Central, but that just might be too early for the kids. So now we're going to try going a little bit later.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go straight to bed as soon as this is done. So I didn't want to waste any time with actually like trying to get pajamas on or anything like that. So streaming in my robe and PJs, ready to roll. I am all about comforts.
It was quite the ordeal. Dave went away from the camera for a little bit, and Justin and I were just kind of sitting here, us playing Puzzle Fighter, and
listening to terrible music.
Yeah,
I gotta find better music. that was not good.
And then Dave comes in with a just giant robe on. We're like, oh, okay, he's glorious.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know
That's
I'm
right.
rocking Bobby Roode style.
That's right. He's a robe warrior right over there.
Justin, what's up? What's new with you, my friend?
Oh, just the same old, working a lot and trying out some new stream stuff and figuring out what works, what doesn't. Finally getting into the stream schedule and playing a lot of trying to play a lot of Street Fighter, but life happens, so that's
Life
pretty much
does
it.
happen.
Yeah, Life and Street Fighter both happen.
Yeah. I'll admit, I've hardly touched Arcade Edition, which Arcade Edition is so touchable. It's like begging to be caressed, so I'm really surprised I haven't had a chance yet.
It's
Chalk
very
it up
much
to
so.
life.
Yeah. The times that I played it's a good game, and we'll get to that in the video game section. But I feel the saltiness coming back. I get anxiety when I play Street Fighter V. I don't get that when I play Tekken, but I get salty playing Tekken. But I get anxiety when I play Street Fighter. Like, oh my god, everything's gonna happen. Oh my god, it's breaking. I don't know. I think Street Fighter
I get that way too, because I don't want to lose any I don't want to lose my ranking in ranked match. Like, I get really mad when I lose in ranked matches.
I've only had one ranked match. I literally just did it just to get the challenge, one of the challenges or whatever for the first couple days.
Yep.
So I just did it just to try it out, and I almost pulled off the victory against somebody. I had no idea who it was, but almost pulled it off. That's the only one match I've had.
Are you finding your main?
You broke up just a little bit.
I think
I think you said, "Are you farting?"
Okay, are you finding your main?
Oh, that's for you.
That's for Justin, yes.
I am getting really close to finding my main, I think. But I also think that there's a good chance that my main is going to lie later in Season 3 as well. Because I've also played a little bit of some Street Fighter 2, like Ultra Street Fighter 2 or whatever it was that's on the Switch. Like, I played a little bit of that. And I've played some old Street Fighter 2 Turbo. And, man, I was whooping some behind with some Sagat. So, could be a little bit there.
But look, all this is not going to matter in a couple of days. Dragon Ball FighterZ comes out, so we can talk your game now because nobody cares in a couple of days.
I'm really tempted on Sunday to do like a 12-hour fighting game stream. We'll have to see what my schedule's looking like, but
yeah, we're discussing options.
Yeah, I still definitely want to do for all the wrestling fans out there, and Jeff, I'm sure you'll be coming over for this. I mean, it's not optional; you're coming over for this.
Yeah.
I'm sure what we're gonna want to do is the watch along with the WWE Royal Rumble.
Yes.
So you'll be watching it on your own on the WWE Network at home, but have your favorite streaming device out and follow along with us as we watch the Royal Rumble with you. Now, obviously, we can't broadcast the Royal Rumble, but you can listen to our reactions to the Royal Rumble live as they happen, and you can see the look of disgust on her face live when Roman Reigns wins.
You shut your mouth. Also, on stream, can you make that stuff go away out of my face?
I cannot. I don't know why that's still sticking there. I think that's a byproduct of doing the screen capture on XSplits.
Wonderful. So I'll put that right near my mustache area.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Unprofessional as always, fellas. That's how we roll.
That's how we roll.
To Bacon.com, everybody.
I was
We're getting
hoping Skype would work out for tonight, but Skype was not working out very well. So
Yeah, and yes, Clamp Slammer, I could just shave this thing off if I wanted to. Let's start the damn show. It's late. Let's start the damn show.
Let's do it.
Let's start with the world of professional wrestling.
The professional wrestling.
Let's start with the grappling. Can join in my face, yes. It's giving me a seizure, by the way.
yeah, I know, right? That's Google Hangouts for you.
Yeah, the Raw 25th anniversary was last night, and we all watched it. I believe we all kind of tuned in through most of it.
Yeah, I watched it for once. For once in my godforsaken life, I watched it.
Now, let's before we get there and start pulling it apart and kind of talking about it a little bit. I will say I thought it was meh at best. I was unimpressed overall. I think what killed it was the fact that it's a go home show that happened to coincide. I thought there was too much stuff happening. I kind of wish the 25th anniversary thing on the same day as the go home show of Raw, because it did a really poor job of getting me excited for the Rumble.
Sure.
I kind of almost think that they should have waited till maybe after the Royal Rumble. I know it wouldn't have been on the exact date of the 25th anniversary. Well, we can also call you Geese. Like, maybe you need to change your name to,
Geeseroth?
Geeseroth, yeah.
Stupid.
Geeseroth.
Yeah. Everything's stupid. Anyway, what was I saying?
Over here.
Oh, I was going to say, I know it wouldn't have been on the exact day, but maybe they should have just, waited until the week after the Royal Rumble. So then you could have had that promotion for the Royal Rumble. You could have gotten excited for the Royal Rumble.
Right.
And then you could have had a proper celebration for Raw without having to worry about squeezing Royal Rumble stuff in. That said, I like the nostalgia stuff. I agree with you, Jeff, though, that it didn't really do much to sell anybody on the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, especially because the whole point of it was, let's beef up, Braun and Brock and Kane, and the whole time they keep saying, all three of them are here. Last time they were, freaking Braun tore everything down, and all we got was a power slam, a bad power slam through a table that barely broke.
Yeah,
Kane hit F5 and he was done.
They're saving their good stuff for Sunday. That's all I can say.
It was rough, and I as much as I love the Manhattan Center being there and the fact that it was decked out exactly as it was for Raw 1 with an Ico Pro banner and all, and that was dope. I loved that.
That was really cool.
It really didn't serve any purpose, and I feel really bad for people who paid tickets to go to that place because they didn't really get much.
Well, and I think there was things in between that we didn't get to see. Like, I know, certain stars went from one arena to the other, but I don't really know any details yet. I haven't seen anything from backstage or behind the stage footage or whatever. So, but I do know that for example, after the Miz won the Intercontinental title, spoiler if you didn't already know that he,
by the way, Miz is the new IC champion.
He went over from one arena to the next, and then I know Seth Rollins went over, and there's a few others that went over, but I don't know if they did any dark matches that we didn't get to see or whatnot. But you're pretty much right; it wasn't really much over there at all.
Well, they had the real. Okay, let's break it down a little bit here. So, at the beginning was the McMahon's coming out, and Shane and Stephanie are great. They have great comedic timing. I love them, even though Steph tries a little hard sometimes.
By the way, I hope you noticed that I solved your clown nose.
I did see that. I have the stream up here. And it's now accentuating my soul patch. So
there we go. All right.
Yeah, the good comedic timing by the children, and then Vince comes out and his usual stuff, and they present a plaque, and It's black is what you have on your teeth.
Yeah.
I thought that
that
was
was
the
funny,
best part
and
of the show. I'm sorry.
it went kind of long.
I wouldn't say that it was
The
all
intro-
downhill from there, but that was definitely the highlight.
Yeah, and Stone Cold came out and stunned everybody just for the hell of it and started drinking beers, and that's always fun.
Yeah.
We got to a 6-woman tag team match that just felt thrown together, and they had Asuka stand tall at the end, which now makes me want to change my pick for the Rumble because Asuka will win now.
Oh, it's going to be Ronda
we'll get there
Rousey
later.
all the way.
We'll get there later. Undertaker came out for no apparent reason.
I didn't understand his spiel. Even JR was like, "Okay, what was that? Was he like?" And they were like, "Oh, is that a threat?" And then there was no. I'm like,
Okay, so yeah, let's focus in on that for a second.
Sure.
So what did he come out and say? He said that he talked about all the people that he buried throughout the years, and then he ended it by talking about how it's time for their souls to all rest in peace. Is that what he said essentially?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
So
like he was retiring.
well, yeah, that's the question. Was that a threat, or was that him saying all of these people can now rest in peace because I'm done. I'm
done.
leaving. That's what it sounded like to
Right.
me, but nobody else
I
seems to
agree.
pick up on that.
I'm with you. Because it sounded like you all can finally rest in peace because I'm done. And okay, we thought that a year ago, so you don't have to tell me that's now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think all three of us kind of are on the same page on this one because I thought the same thing.
It's-
Granted, they should have just let it be when he lost to Roman.
It seemed really weird because first of all, it's like that's his worst row ever, I think. And the entrance in Manhattan Center doesn't have the same feeling as it would in like this kind of big arena.
Sure.
The lights off for him. It's just like it's really half-assed. And I told him, Taker's here, and he didn't really say anything.
Right.
Well, he might have said something more than we know, or more than they're admitting at this point. But I think if he was retiring, wouldn't Michael Cole or wouldn't JR and Jerry Lawler, wouldn't they have said something a little bit more conducive to making people think that, oh, he's retiring, instead of, well, that sounded like a threat or something along those lines, whatever they said.
Should we just take everything from Manhattan Center and just go, that's not canon?
Well,
I think you have to, though, because you've got to take into account the Too Sweet moment and the kind of the passing of the torch to Bullet Club. So that's canon. Woken Matt losing to Bray Wyatt, that's canon.
And just the most throwaway match of the night. Like they didn't give two shits about that match.
No.
It was.
I was surprised that match even took place over the Manhattan Center.
Well, I'm surprised that match took place without much build-up. I mean, that's kind of the match that I expected those two to have, just like a quick encounter. And I honestly was expecting Matt to lose like the first few matches with Bray Wyatt, so that wasn't a surprise because he's got to have that impetus to keep ramping up the Woken character, and that's got to give him the motivation to delve deeper into the character and bring in the rest of the Woken universe. Yada yada yada. So that all I was prepared for. But yeah, it was, like you said, it was very much a throwaway match.
Right.
Yeah. Christian's Peep Show made a return with Christian, which I thought was great. I love Christian. Only problem is he asked one question.
Yeah.
His guests were Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan. People don't seem to like Jason Jordan at all.
Nope.
Which is great.
So
that's exactly what we want.
Is he the next coming at the Rumble?
Is he the next The Rock?
I mean, as far as like stardom goes, no, he's not going to be that big of a star. Let's see. Try to pick apart
Never know,
else.
dude. You never know.
I was going to pick apart the backstage poker game that kept adding more people to it.
That was fun. I liked it.
It was fun to a point. Again, I love DiBiase as a kid. Like he's one of my favorite heels of all time was DiBiase, and he got the laugh. He got the $1 million belt. I want a $1 million belt, by the way, so bad. So that was cool. MVP showed up, which was wicked to me because of the people that showed up the entire night. he's one that I thought I would never see. And people didn't pop because people didn't know who he was right away.
Exactly, and he was just relegated to the backstage, which...
Yeah. Like, of all people from that era to bring in MVP, which I thought was great.
Of all people to bring in from that era, the Boogeyman.
Well, he's always there.
Well,
Whenever they have a special event, they just trot him out.
It was like, go eat worms and be weird.
They did like a best commissioners ever, and here's Johnny Ace. Hey guys, I'm gonna hear my giant red coat and red pants. I hope you like it. Your arm's really big today, guys. That's awesome. Who else was there? I mean, Eric Bischoff, which was great to see Eric Bischoff, by the way. That was great. And the third one, Regal, of course, when Regal was there. Here's where I got weird. Because, and speaking of commissioners, Daniel Bryan. In kayfabe terms, he's with The Miz. I get it. But in kayfabe, why would you bring him out?
Because he was a huge star on Raw, and he was a huge part of that WrestleMania 30 build-up. I was all right with it. What I was more perplexed with was, where was Vicky Guerrero?
Where the fuck is Vicky?
Yeah, where was Vicky Guerrero? I wish they had done. I wish they had done more with Bischoff. I wish they would have brought Vince out one more time to introduce. No. I wish they would have brought Vince out to do the introductions for the Universal title match, and bring out Kane, and then comes like Eric Bischoff comes out before any of the wrestlers comes out. And Eric's talking about the danger of having all these combustible elements in the ring, and you've got to save the ratings. And then Paul Heyman comes out to talk up Brock Lesnar. So you have Vince, Bischoff, and Heyman all in the ring. Can you imagine the pop that would have occurred from the smart fans in the audience?
Well, that would have been actually pretty cool. Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Yeah. I do give it that. One thing I will say now, take this as the grain of salt, but I always like to look at like the rumor sheets and what's going on with sites and whatnot. But betting sites,
Justin Meltzer here.
Yeah, betting sites have just spiked, and a new top 3 favorite to win the Rumble has emerged.
I think
in the last 24 hours.
Can we guess?
Oh, in the last 24 hours. Okay, so this is new.
Well, you might have already heard, though. I mean, it's just like real recent. I mean,
we didn't hear. So can we guess real quick?
Yeah, guess.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Shinsuke.
He was number 1. Yes.
I'm gonna guess Roman.
He was number 2.
And Braun.
No.
Oh.
I think I know. Daniel Bryan.
That is correct. So now, I'm not saying I believe he's going to return. I think WWE is too invested in making sure that he doesn't die on live television. I know he's pretty much said, like, if I can't wrestle there when my contract's up, I'm going to Ring of Honor. I'll go away and I'll wrestle. Sure. But maybe there is something to it, but I have no idea. But he is the number 3 favorite to win the Rumble.
I think it's
on some betting sites.
Interesting that Roman has spiked up to number 2.
Well, and that just goes into more rumors that they're saying that as of right now, the Universal title match at Mania is Lesnar versus Roman again.
See, I just don't think.
But I don't understand how you do that.
And we'll get to the Rumble here in a second, but I just don't think that they would pull that trigger again after how horribly that went the first time.
Right.
As far as him winning the Rumble, so I don't. As dumb as they can be, I don't think they're that dumb to do it, especially in Philadelphia.
Vince says, "You have no idea the depths of my dumbness."
Because it happened. This happened in Philly the last time that Roman.
He doesn't have to win the Rumble. He doesn't have to win the Rumble.
Well, no, and that's why
Shinsuke wins the Rumble. Let's just say Shinsuke wins the Rumble and goes against AJ, which is what Smart Money is saying right now. You obviously have to have someone to go against Lesnar on the Raw side, right?
Right.
Most sense to me says Kane takes the pinfall and Braun is the guy who goes against Lesnar one-on-one at Mania. Right. It makes so much sense.
I was never beaten. I'm not finished with you.
Who's about to get these hands? By the way, awesome catchphrase, and he's got a new shirt that says "About to get these hands."
Oh, I'm gonna buy that. It's really weird though to see Braun walk to the ring wearing his shirt. That just kind of that seems odd to me.
A little bit. But so if Shinsuke does win or someone from SmackDown wins, then it makes sense to have somebody. Obviously, somebody else is going to have to step in, but to have Roman step in again, I'm just like, oh man, this is not where I would like to see it go. But we'll see.
That's
anyway,
where
back
it's
to
going.
Yes,
Vince is greasing up that arm, and he's just gonna stick it right up your asses again.
Well, and he's got two favorites. He loves Braun and he loves Roman. So he's got to make a decision or put him in a triple threat again at Mania.
Yep. Let's continue. Raw 25. So we got a tag team match with Slater and Rhino versus Titus Worldwide, Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil.
What?
Of course, that match is nobody actually wanted to see that match. So the Dudley Boys came in and wrecked shit. Devon put on a little bit of weight, but they're getting older, and they 3D'd Heath through a table as we all assumed would happen. So. Yay for that.
Right.
As I told you guys last night via our chat, it's really hard to take Dana Brooke seriously.
Yeah, man, she has so much potential.
There's just like something off about when she says, "I've crunched the numbers."
You're cheating. What does that even mean? What are you talking about?
She doesn't sound credible, but it's so funny that I don't want them to like pull the brakes on it or anything. I just want it to keep going, and I just want that to be their thing. And I want them to not realize how dumb she sounds, because it's just gold.
How do you punch numbers on a fake keyboard and figure out that Heath Slater is cheating at comedy? There's no kayfabe reason to do that.
I don't even care about that. It's just the way she says it. I've crunched the numbers.
It's funny to see all three of them do the whole worldwide thing. That's kind of a cool thing to see.
Sounds like the executive assistant. The executive assistant who got hit in the head too many times.
Oh God.
But look, I really like that. I love this whole Titus O'Neil worldwide thing. I think it's great. I love Apollo Crews. That they need to do something with him, which is great. They're giving him something to do. And Dana Brooke can give her something to do.
I'm glad they got something to do. I find Titus O'Neil like annoying.
Really? I like him.
I think he's so annoying. And his arms are too long, and that's annoying to me.
Yeah.
Is it funny that I laugh when I see Rhino on screen at any point? Because I loved Rhino back in ECW days.
Rhino.
I love him so much. And whenever I see him now, I just laugh.
Why?
Because he's so funny. Like, he doesn't need to do anything. He's just funny as hell.
I just feel kind of bad in a way, the spot that I just remember like the hellacious matches he would have in ECW, like at the end of ECW's run. They were just
right.
He was such a great. Paul Heyman was just such a genius at building people up.
And Rhino had great stuff in WWF back in the day, and he had good stuff in TNA as well. But I'm glad he still has a job.
That's true.
I mean, he's got to be coming near the end of his career. You got to imagine.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still around, but thank goodness
Very much so. Yeah, he was good in NXT. Like he's a good veteran to have in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's good. Their short-lived run with Heath needing money, doing his Rhino thing was cool, but yeah, it's kind of sad.
I love Heath, but it's run its course now.
Yeah, I agree.
They announced they kind of said, "Here's the best women we've ever had," which is a complete lie.
Here's some of the best women that we've ever had.
Yep.
There was one glaring omission.
So we'll start. So I'm trying to go through this. So Maurice was there, and she was very preggo, and she looked fantastic, by the way.
Yep.
Tori Wilson, smoke show guy. She's still a complete smoke show. Oh my god. Terry Reynolds, complete smoke show. Still hot as hell. Trish.
She didn't look like she aged a whole lot.
Tori?
Yeah, Terry Reynolds or whatever.
She looks the exact same.
Yeah.
Of course, Trish was there. Trish Stratus was there.
Yep.
Maria Kanellis, also pregnant, also glowing.
Very pregnant. Yep.
Very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
The Bella twins were there, as you would imagine, because that Cena tie. And, hey, there's I'm the father. He's the father-in-law, right? Or is he's John's father-in-law, right?
Laurinaitis?
Yeah.
Oh. He will be, or if they, I don't know if they're married.
Bella's stepfather.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my stepdaughters. Aren't they hot? Their asses look great today. Hey.
I tried to bang them, but ended up banging their mom.
Yeah.
The
I
Johnny
tripped and fell over
Laurinaitis
and over
story.
again. Sorry.
Oh man.
It was I miss Jacqueline was there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Still looks good. I think she's the hairline is receding, but she still looks fantastic.
That was a nice
Jacqueline's
surprise to see
hairline
her.
is receding.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Unless that was a style choice, which hey, more power to it.
Yep, yep. More power to you.
And then of course we're all like, "Where's Lita?" Nope.
That's the glaring omission.
Nope.
That's
No
not
Lita
the
there.
glaring omission. Where's Beth Phoenix?
That
Probably
too.
with
Yeah.
Edge.
Well, probably with Edge, you had prior commitments.
Where was Victoria? Probably
That's
doing
true.
TNA stuff. Is she still in TNA?
I don't
I don't know.
Where was the cat?
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Because they would show like stills to the shows, and I got a little depressed whenever I saw a still of China and Eddie Guerrero.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
That's kind of depressing. It's like, oh, they're
There was a couple of photos of China, and they even mentioned her during
Triple
the
H
DX
dropped
segments.
her name, and I'm like, there's the Hall of Fame nod right there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
So is
most
this
likely.
the year? Is this the year she
I
gets
think
in the
this is
Hall
the
of
year.
Fame?
I think this is the
I
year.
think so.
While she's still kind of relevant, it sounds bad for me to say, but while she's still relevant.
Who does the
Right.
acceptance for her? Is it a family? Well, like she wasn't really close with her family, so does Triple H?
Trips.
Oh, that would be. I'm sorry, that would be terrible.
think
If
so.
Triple H like
don't think
accepted
so.
the award on her behalf, that
But-
would be.
I mean, who else would
She must
do
have somebody in
it?
her family, right?
Well, I mean,
like Rick Rude's like daughter or someone did it, didn't they? Like
mm,
family of Rick Rude inducted him.
yeah, his family did. If there's family that'll be willing to do it, then yeah,
X
by all
Pac
means.
could do it.
Boy, you know,
Could. Who knows?
know?
Maybe he'll be inducted too. I mean, I don't think it's his year, but
Chris Jericho and her were pretty close, weren't they? Like she won the IC belt off of him. I thought, right?
No, she won it off of
At
Jeff
one
Jarrett.
at one point, they were co-intercontinental champions.
I must not have been watching at that point because I remember her first
mean-
IC title win was off of. I could have sworn it was off of Jeff Jarrett,
I think yes, you're right, because that's when Jeff Jarrett held up Vince for all that money.
which is why
'cause his
Jeff
contract
Jarrett
ran
is
out.
the only one that Vince will never bring back. Like everybody else that wronged Vince, they've
Yep.
come back, but Jeff Jarrett is the one that he's the one person that Vince actually publicly fired.
It was great to see Brother Love on there, just because I'm a big fan of his podcast.
Oh yeah,
Something to wrestle with, Bruce Pritchard.
my wife was watching with me, and she goes, "Why in the hell is he so red?" I'm like, "Oh, you have so much to learn," because she didn't
Yep.
watch it when she was younger. I was like,
Yep.
"That's Brother Love. It's kind of his thing."
That's his thing.
And she's like, "But he's really red." I'm like, "Just watch the show."
The DX promo depressed me from start to finish. Before the Balor Club got involved, the DX stuff depressed me. So here's my thing: like,
I imagine the ring smelled like Ben Gay.
whenever they have any sort of special event at all, they just wheel these guys out. So how can I miss them if they never go
Right.
away?
They've,
I mean,
they've
obviously,
been, DX to an extent has been wheeled out for many different Raw special events, whether it be like a numbered show or like a 25th anniversary. It's always been at least Triple H and Shawn
Right.
Michaels. But, every once in a while they bring in the other members.
and look,
This is the first time in a little while they had the 5 that they had
because of
everybody
X-Pac,
through X-Pac.
because I mean, Road Dogg works
Right.
backstage now, as people know this. Billy Gunn's been kind of doing the indie stuff for all. He still looks fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, Waltman's kind of been the odd man out as far as that sort of stuff's go. But every time they go to the Hall of Fame, they're all there. It's like I see them every other week. It seems I see these guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I was afraid Wallman was going to bend over and break. The dude looks so thin.
And then just because they're friends, here comes Scott Hall for 5 seconds, and then commercial. Good job, Kevin Dunn.
Holy shnikes! I was legit angry that they
Yeah,
cut
that
the
was
commercial
terrible.
when Razor Ramon's coming out. Come on.
Yeah,
Especially-
Razor's coming out, and yeah.
Especially you're going to bring this guy back, and people knew he was coming because it wasn't like a super surprise. I think it was like kind of like out there that he was going to be there.
Right.
And then he comes out, and then they go to commercial like right in the middle of it, the beginning of his entrance, and the entranceway is not that long. At least let him get to the ring.
Right.
Yeah, especially because they had spent a lot of time like revisiting throughout the night. They revisited the Shock 1-2-3 Kid victory over
Yes.
Razor Ramon, which kind of put Raw on the map as
Sure.
this exciting program where anything can happen.
Right.
So yeah, that was really
I really just
stupid.
I wanted
A
to watch
stupid
him
cut.
come in with that music and with that machismo, but it also what kind of sucked. Dude can barely move anymore, guys. Like
Yeah.
I love that he's been saved by DDP yoga. I love that because I do DDP yoga
I'm
myself.
glad he's clean and he's
Yeah.
saved.
But man, he looks like everything hurts when he just barely moves. Like he looks like he's in pain.
Even when he threw his toothpick,
Yeah,
it looked like it
yeah.
hurt.
And
Looked like it hurt
when
him.
Scott Dawson spun him around, he just looked like he was out. Everything was creaking. I'm like, oh man, I kind
Right.
of don't want to watch this.
And I wish they would have done, if they were going to do like the DX and they were going to bring out Scott Hall, they might as well went in full force and brought the fourth member of the
Where's
clique.
Kevin Nash?
Just bring the clique out. You might as well. The damn guy was part of Raw, or part of wrestling for a good generation that like it people know who the damn guy is. I mean, just bring him out, finish off the fourth member of the clique. Let us see it,
And then it got good when Balor Club came out. Gallows, Anderson, Balor came out. That was cool.
Yep.
Again,
they should have had AJ mixed in with
Sure.
them. Just so
he was busy with Mean Joe, I loved that with him in Oakland. Well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Oh, I'm sorry. I like that. That's a little throwback there.
It was cute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then they end with Braun putting Brock through a table in about 5 seconds. Like it was. It just felt weird, guys. I don't know. For all that hype, it did not really do much for me.
Sure.
I love the nostalgia throwback, JR and the King, and that Manhattan Center. There's a great vibe to it. I remember watching Raw 1 when it was new, and it looked exactly the same as that. And I loved that about it. But there's some really weird shit in here.
Did it feel like nostalgia overload though?
Yes, it did.
I mean, we were all hyped at the very beginning, and then as the show went on, it kind of felt like overload.
That's what that type of show is supposed to be, though. It's the
But
25th year. You gotta go. Well, that's why I said at the beginning of our rundown of this that maybe they would have been better served splitting it into 2 episodes. Have your go home Royal Rumble episode, and then wait a week and do your 25th anniversary episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Or have done it like, because what was it? The 11th, I think they said, was 25 years. So, yeah, do it the week after Rumble. That would have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
All right. Let's press forward because SmackDown's happening. It's happening as we speak. It's almost done. Actually, it might be done.
It's done, I believe.
Justin, get on SmackDown. Watch, see what happened.
I know a little bit. That's all. I know.
Let's talk about
too much.
Let's talk about the big Cheeto pantsed elephant in the room.
Real quick before we do, we said last week about the U.S. tournament. I mean, Bobby Roode's the U.S. champion, by the way.
Yes,
that happened before the Rumble.
That happened like right as we went off the air. They had the finals match between him and Jinder, and he won.
And he couldn't have been more of a U.S. champion caliber type person to then elevate to the main title. So good for Bobby Roode. The U.S. title's all glorious. Yes, fellas, the big news.
Big news.
One champion crowned last week, or 2 weeks ago. One champion now no longer with the company, as the cruiserweight champion Enzo Amore is now Dunzo Amore. Like
yep.
That.
I like that pun.
I'm sure. So credit Bacon.com's Jeff Roth with that, fellas. So it was a sexual assault allegation, and WWE has come forward and said we're not going to tolerate that shit. On the website, it's a picture of Enzo.
Right.
It just says he's released. There's usually they put "We wish him well in future endeavors." He didn't get that, so he is all the way gone.
He is not going to be welcome back for the Raw 30th anniversary, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, this sounds really bad, dudes. I mean...
Now, look, none of us were there. We just know what was reported. Enzo could be the biggest creep in the world. She could be a liar for all we know. We don't know. We're not there.
Right.
We just know what we were told.
And so... To go just real small details here. Obviously, there was the sexual assault in October, as we said.
Well, she claims that she was like straight up raped. Like yes. I read her description of what happened. Yes. It's pretty rough.
You are right. From what happened, it's if let's just put it this way: if her story is true, that is real rough.
Oh,
That
if her story is true, then dude should be in jail for a long time. And
exactly.
you
Well,
know,
and then it sounds like
beaten
other
within
people are like what I guess would be considered accomplices. So
yeah. No,
mean-
I mean, I agree absolutely. There's no question
Yeah.
about it. If what she said is true, throw him in jail.
Yes.
At the same time, this sounds really politically incorrect, but you've got to wonder about what her, whether or not these allegations are true, because you look at her Twitter feed and she's like selling access to like naked Snapchats of herself like after the alleged incident occurred. So
right.
You would think
we're not saying we're not saying that she was like asking for it, but
no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just
right. It's
the point that I'm making
intentions.
is that you would think that somebody who had just undergone that traumatic of an experience would maybe be a little bit more reluctant to engage in that activity after the fact. But it's hard. You can't really make that judgment on somebody. I'm just saying it looks odd for someone to behave in that manner.
Right. And so then today, somebody that is close to the situation or is good friends with her, something came out, like, I don't know at what point today, I just kind of caught a glimpse of it this evening, and it looked like a friend of hers kind of came out and said what she's saying is a lie, and now there's supposedly evidence that he's got some sort of proof that says that this never happened and she's lying. There's also been things she's done in the past that, like faking a pregnancy and such.
Yeah.
So, wow. This is going to be not good either way. If it ends up being that he is found completely innocent, then does WWE welcome back?
Well, they should.
If they
go on. I'm sorry.
No, I was just say if it's obviously, like we had said earlier, if he's found to be guilty, then obviously the dude should be locked up. But either way, like, this is not a good situation. Obviously, we hope justice for the right party, but it doesn't sound good on her end. It almost sounds like this is a completely fabricated story. But then on the flip side, they're saying that the reports are starting to trickle out that police have been gathering up like lab work, and Enzo's kind of known about this for the last like couple months, and he didn't inform the WWE, and that's part of what led to his firing.
I think that's what led to his firing. If he'd been open about it. But how do you go and be open about that?
Right. Like, hey, there's rape allegations against me, but don't fire me.
Right.
But I want to be honest.
If you're innocent, and this is I guess I have no experience obviously, but it's a matter of, hey, this stuff's out here. I want to stop this now and say, hey, this may get out and this may be talked about, but I'm telling you right now that it did not happen, and I will prove it. And just giving you a heads up as opposed to them finding out through other sources.
Right.
But at the same time, Enzo doesn't seem like the type of guy who washes regularly, so I don't know if he's going to make the best decision.
He literally has poop on his pants.
Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, do you think he actually was like trying to get with this chick, or do you think he got with this chick and then she's like turning around later and saying that it's...
Man.
I guess
I don't know.
It's pointless to speculate, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a matter of where we again, none of us were there. We just know what's out in the news right now and what's kind of put in front of us, and we hope, again, if he did it, then screw him. But if he's innocent, then hey, this sucks for him. That's
Yeah. Well, somebody on Twitter, Will Mahoney, a wrestling fan that I follow on Twitter, he also does like some videos for this thing called the Snack Society. Oh, okay. He posted something on Twitter that I thought was funny. It was that the Enzo truthers are coming out now.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, when's my Enzo is an inside job t-shirt coming out?
Oh,
we shall see. But boy, you talk about, in a wrestling perspective, you talk about a tag team that had all the potential in the world and failed horribly on both ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they just mismanaged them. For one thing, there's no reason why they should not have had the NXT title, the NXT Tag Team Championship title. I think that was a huge missed opportunity on their part.
Right.
If the Hardys did not come back, they would have won it at Mania, probably.
Yeah, I agree.
At least had a better shot to, anyway.
Yeah, it's... You're absolutely right. That was a team that should have been just rolling in dough. With Enzo's mic skills and
And they were
Cass's
so
height
over.
and skill.
They were so over.
So over. I've never seen a duo like that just completely brought in and flushed down the toilet so quickly.
That's just American Alpha.
Oh. Yeah.
But didn't they come up first before American Alpha?
I think so.
I think so.
We'll see what happens to Big Cass now. I guess he's kind of he's definitely on his own now.
Yep. He's screwed.
Yep. Okay.
Also kind of screwed over Carmella because she's not really credible as a singles competitor.
Right.
Which, by the way, does she still have the Money in the Bank thing?
Pretty sure she does.
She does.
So
WrestleMania.
Oh crap! So does Ronda Rousey win it at WrestleMania, and then Carmella comes out and cashes in on Rousey?
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know, dudes.
Oh man, this whole Money in the Bank situation for both her and Baron Corbin's were just absolutely flubbed to fuck.
I was about to joke tonight and say that Baron Corbin wins the Royal Rumble.
I actually would be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that too. Like I like Baron Corbin.
And pushed him, but we all know that they're not going to do it.
No. Which is why they will.
Right. Which is now why Vince will.
So let's talk a little bit about the Royal Rumble.
Yes, I'm trying to pull up the card now as we speak, and we'll kind of quickly go through this. So, I don't want you. Enzo's out. So, what happens to the Cruiserweight Championship?
Well, there was some announcement tonight on SmackDown, but I didn't watch it, and I have not been able to see it. I may have to, while we're doing the show, hit the Google real quick and see what's going on with that. But Daniel Bryan actually is the one that had the announcement tonight, I guess.
Okay, well, we'll just put a hold on that then. The SmackDown Tag Team Championship, the Usos will face Gable and Benjamin in a 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yep.
I'm gonna put Gable and Benjamin winning this one.
Nah, the Usos.
Ooh. I think my first indication says that the Usos win it just going into Mania.
Okay.
I think.
All right, we'll have to remember this when I win. The Raw Tag Team Championship. This one's almost a lock, basically. Rollins and Jordan will face The Bar. Jason Jordan turns heel and costs Seth the championship. The Bar will get the championships here.
Agree, 100%.
Yeah, even if there's no heel turn, I think that, like you said, the Bar wins this one.
I think they've been hinting at the heel turn here, and they've kind of been hinting that team is not on the same page at all, even though The Bar stood tall on Monday. I don't take much from Monday as fact.
Yeah. Right.
The WWE Championship, AJ Styles will face Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a handicap match. Should KO and Sami Zayn win, they'll be co-WWE champions. I think AJ finds a way to win.
I agree. AJ finds a way to win. There's a couple reasons I say it. One, tonight, AJ faced Kevin Owens, and then if he won, he had to face Sami Zayn for some odd reason. He beat Kevin Owens, and then Sami Zayn attacked him immediately. They had their match, and Sami laid him in, like, they walked out looking strong. Plus, WWE Live is coming to Cedar Rapids, and the title still. So
they're doing the Raw promos here for Des Moines in a couple weeks, and Roman was the IC champion. Oops.
Yeah, yeah, it can change. You are right.
Anything can happen in the WWE.
Who wins that match?
AJ.
Yeah.
Sammy and Kevin start having trouble in Paradise, which will lead to a Kevin Owens Sami Zayn match at WrestleMania.
And Owens has some sort of back issue going on.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, they're saying that he's got some lingering injury, so I think he's just trying to get through Mania, and then he may disappear for a little bit. I don't know if it's surgical or not, but
I think that'll be pretty awesome, though, to have Sammy and Kevin at WrestleMania.
Yeah, of course.
That would be sweet. That would be... Yeah, I'm into that. I dig that.
We totally missed a big part of Raw 25 where Elias took out John Cena. That was awesome, by the way, because I love Elias. Goddamn, I love Elias so much. Chris Jericho was there in his Alpha Club T-shirt, by the way.
That's awesome.
That was really good.
That was really cool.
Back to Rumble.
Yes, Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Kane triple threat match. I'm kind of with you. I think Brock wins and pins Kane.
Yeah, I think it goes down exactly like that, and then Roman wins the Rumble.
Nope, I think Braun will take on Brock at Mania, and Braun will be anointed as the next Universal Champion.
Lesnar gets the fall. Kane takes the fall, so Lesnar wins this one.
All right, the women's battle royal. Who wins that one, fellas? Asuka stood tall on Monday, so it kind of leads me to think it's not going to be her. I kind of want to put money on Nia Jax, but at the same time,
Either Ronda Rousey or Stephanie McMahon.
Ooh. I say Ronda Rousey or, I mean, it's either going to be, so if we were to do this, a logical pick and kind of your far-fetched pick, I'd say Asuka's my logical pick. I still think they give it to her. But my other pick would be Ronda Rousey, her making her debut and winning it. I hope it's not that, but I could see it.
Maximilian dude's playing Dragon Ball FighterZ right now. I'm really jealous. The men's battle royal. I'm still going to say Shinsuke wins that to set up Shinsuke AJ.
I think I mean that would be the logical thing, but with 2 titles now, I don't know. I don't know if he needs to win it as much. I'd like Shinsuke to win it because I think that would give him some momentum going into the match with AJ, which I am confident that's what the direction that they're going to go in.
He's getting lost right now, and they need to step him up now.
Right. This would be the one thing that could give him a little bit of credibility, a little bit of pop to like rejuvenate the Shinsuke, character or brand or whatever you want to look at on Raw. Like someone like Roman doesn't need to win the Rumble for Vince to just say, "Oh, by the way, here's yeah, I know." But if you would have asked me this a couple weeks ago, I actually would have said Samoa Joe would have been my pick. But he's injured and he's out till March. But I think Shinsuke is going to be your winner. My far-fetched is Daniel Bryan if he finally makes a return.
My surprise entrance will be you'll probably end up seeing Ricochet in that. So they just signed him to the Performance Center. I would not be surprised if they draw him out real quick for a quick Rumble appearance.
You actually read my mind. I think because Ricochet was signed and he obviously hasn't made any appearances yet, so I think Ricochet is one of your awesome surprise entrants, a la AJ Styles, who it was kind of getting rumored that he was signing, and then people were like, okay, he's signed, and then he shows up at the Rumble. I think Ricochet would be one. It would be a good match to showcase some of his talents too. So
far-fetched. I want Ty Dillinger to win, but it's not going to happen. So.
If you guys want an update on the 205 Live situation,
yes.
Oh God, yeah. What's happening there? I want to know what happened to the belt.
Daniel Bryan had a promotion tonight, and I guess 205 was and the cruiserweight title was supposedly part of the SmackDown brand. I never really, I mean, other than it being on Tuesday, I didn't think it really had much to do with SmackDown. But
it doesn't.
I guess Daniel Bryan announced that 205 Live will no longer be part of the brand, and that they announced that Enzo dropped the title. That's what they're going with. Bryan then went on to announce that the 205 Live will get a new general manager, and he or she will be named next week, and their first task will be to address the status of the vacant cruiserweight title. So your cruiserweight champion until after the Royal Rumble is vacant.
So does this mean they're going to get a new time slot, perhaps?
I don't know.
Which could actually solve a lot of the problems, is not be on Tuesday after SmackDown, after we're already tired of wrestling.
But do you put it on Wednesdays with NXT, or do you put it on Thursdays by itself?
You don't make it live, you tape it.
I don't need another wrestling show. I just don't.
Just put the cruiserweight. I don't think you should have had 205 Live, period. Just put the cruiserweights on the shows.
Interesting.
What works is that that intimate setting at Full Sail University was so good for that tournament. Yes. I think they should have just kept their cruiserweights at Full Sail, or have them appear during Raw or SmackDown with other main roster people, not just each other.
Right.
They just needed a little format.
Yep, but they went for a whole new show.
Because they're cruiserweights.
They're cruiserweights. I got where he was going with it.
Yeah.
Dave, did you give a Rumble prediction for your winner of the Rumble? Winner of the Men's
For
Rumble?
my winner of the Royal Rumble,
Of the Men's Royal Rumble,
the
Dave's prediction.
Gentlemen's Rumble. I'm gonna stick with Shinsuke. I'll stick with Shinsuke.
Okay.
Does it seem too obvious?
It
For
does seem a
Shinsuke?
little obvious.
Yeah, kind of.
That's
Because
why
you know the
I'm
obvious
worried.
the obvious one usually never wins, right?
So let's talk about the outside candidates. Who are the outside candidates who would win and who might benefit? Because actually last year was an outside candidate. Nobody expected Randy Orton to come out and win.
Right.
Although the betting lines did come up in his favor,
Right.
right before the Royal Rumble. And we're seeing some odd moves now in this week leading up to the Royal Rumble with
Okay.
with
Outside
Roman at
pick.
number 2 and Daniel Bryan now at number 3 in the betting odds.
Outside pick,
Outside pick.
Finn Balor.
Okay, I like it.
Yep. That was going to be one of my mentions. And again, Samoa Joe would have been mine. With him being injured, my other outside pick, even though they won't do it, would be Bray Wyatt. But they won't go that route.
No, I don't think they'll go that route again.
No.
Outside pick.
But I think Finn Balor makes a lot of sense.
I could see Cesaro getting a nod for once.
Ooh, there you go.
I'd be
Yeah.
okay with that.
I would love that, dude.
I mean, but think if Balor wins it, faces Lesnar at Mania, well, he beats Lesnar at Mania, then you got AJ on one show. Let's say AJ's champion and Balor's champion at the same time. You got AJ and Balor at the same time. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but
That'd be cool.
could be some cool like Balor Bullet Club stuff going on if
Yeah.
they really wanted to do with that.
Yeah.
What type of NXT talent do you think might show up at the Royal Rumble? Jeff, I know you said Ricochet for sure, and I agree.
Let's see.
Do we see Adam Cole, baby, show
I
up?
was thinking that, but I don't think he'd be alone, though. I think the entire Undisputed Era would be there.
Do you think
That's 3 slots. You usually
know.
only get about 2 or 3 total.
Drew McIntyre will show up?
I think perhaps Lars Sullivan.
Okay. Big dude.
Kind of your next big scary dude that come up from NXT. I think you might see him or Cassius Ohno.
Did we? Was it last year? Last year at Mania, they had Killian Dane was in it. Not the Royal Rumble, but at Mania, he was in the Andre the Giant one, right?
Oh yeah.
And so
Okay.
was Hideo Itami.
Oh, I forget about him now. Sorry, Tommy, I didn't mean to.
Poor
That's 205
Itami.
Live.
I know it's just stupid.
That's so sad.
What about Killian Dane coming back up?
I don't know. I could see Drew McIntyre. I also
Is McIntyre healthy?
He's still out, I thought, right?
Oh, okay. My other pick, and I think this is, I don't know, I'll say this is 60% likelihood. I would say Aleister Black makes an appearance.
I'd be okay with that. Yes, please.
Not as an official call-up, but just as a Royal Rumble entrant.
Right.
A Ty Dillinger from last year.
Right.
Yeah.
But who has a career after his call, after appearance.
Stop
So
it.
then, what about the women's side? Any NXT call-ups from the women's side, or maybe just
I don't even know.
any like outside people that you think might show up?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Right?
I don't know what women are in NXT anymore. I'm sorry to say.
You bring,
No,
you bring up Candice LeRae for the Rumble?
One appearance.
Yeah.
Her and her husband both appear. No, her husband's got a title match Saturday night.
Yes, he does. And he's going to win the damn thing.
I think, which by the way, Johnny Gargano is nominated for the NXT like awards or whatever for match of the year. There's 4 candidates. He is in each match.
Nice.
In case you didn't know, Johnny Wrestling is really fucking good.
Yeah, he's really frippin' good. Yeah. An outside candidate. She's not in NXT. She used to wrestle. But what about good old Awesome Kong or Karma herself coming back to make an appearance?
I could see
last
that.
time.
I could see that.
Didn't Nia Jax say she wanted Bull Nakano? at Mania.
Mm.
I'm just saying that name just to see what happens. But yeah, if Awesome Kong came back or something, yeah. There's usually like a retired person that comes back for a quick spot of yay, and then I'll take it.
Right. Kind of like your Diesel.
Yeah.
Do we get Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble?
You better hope you're picking her.
Yeah, if you're picking her, Dave.
I'm asking you two. Do we get Ronda Rousey at the Royal Rumble?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
It makes so much sense to do it at the Rumble, which makes me think they won't do it.
But
it does make sense.
You've got to fill out that 30-woman roster somehow.
They've got 17 women who are, I believe is what the total is. It's 17 who have pledged their name into the Rumble. There are 13 spots left.
Well, they've got all those people from the Mae Young class that they could use.
Right. I would be sweet if I could see my young bae from Australia, Toni Storm, come over. She's rolling over in the indie scene right now, winning title after title. But I don't think she'll do that. But I think Ronda Rousey makes a lot of sense because this would be like the big pop. It's the first one ever. Then you get Ronda Rousey, who's been rumored to be training anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So they got to introduce her somehow, some way. What better at one of the biggest events of the year?
Oh, and let's say it's like Sonya Deville in the ring, and all of a sudden because she's like the big MMA fighter, and then you call down Ronda Rousey.
Right. Right.
Are you guys excited for Ronda Rousey if she shows up?
Not really.
Really?
I'm
like 50-50.
I don't know. I
don't like those two worlds invading each other because like
she's not in the UFC world anymore. She's done.
That's how we know her from.
Well, I don't mind the two worlds because they're so closely connected as it is. Like, in the past, you've had Lesnar and Ken Shamrock and in other organizations like Frank Shamrock and whatnot. There has been more than just that. But if she can legitimately work, then I think she could be okay. But I mean, I would probably be happy if she showed up, but I'm not going to be super bummed if she doesn't.
Yeah.
My other question for you, we talked about possible NXT call-ups. How about possible Legend call-ups? Because sometimes you see that in the Royal Rumble. We didn't really see that last year, though, so I'm wondering if we're starting to kind of get away from that. But do we see any old faces show back up for the Royal Rumble this year?
Doink the Clown. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think he's alive anymore.
The original one is not
okay
with us anymore.
Doink Jr.'s alive, kicking.
So
because Godfather was last year, I think, right?
I don't think it was last year. I think the year before.
Okay, I think they probably shouldn't do it.
Maybe
Mark Henry.
Man,
they should bring back Rey Mysterio at 30.
Oh boy.
Or Batista at 30.
Is this the year Hulk Hogan finally returns?
No. He done.
Okay. You think so? Because I read reports that they were getting back to good terms or whatever. I was actually surprised he wasn't on last night for a brief moment, but there was obviously a mention with AJ there. But
yeah.
I just don't know what legend it would be.
Sting.
Oh.
I would love that, but I don't think it's possible.
Is he healthy?
He put off the neck surgery, I thought, just so he could wrestle again for a quick spell.
So he's doing a couple indie things, right?
I think so.
Damn, man. I don't know. I don't know what legend is out there that could make that return.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah, we got nothing, so we'll see. But let's press forward.
Well, I got one more Royal Rumble related question.
Sure.
Go.
And this is kind of along the same lines of legends, but
okay.
Does Kenny Omega show
Oh
up
my
at the
God!
Royal
You just
Rumble?
made me tingle.
I would lose if he did. I would lose my shit. If he showed up, I would absolutely lose my shit.
You just made me tingle, Dave.
Woo! All right, boys. Does Kenny Omega arrive at the Royal Rumble 2018?
So what's the time difference between us and Japan right now? Are they on the next day?
Yeah, they're on the next day.
They already know.
Yeah.
He's on Wednesday right now.
Yeah, so he has a show on the same day over there, but it would not surprise me if they somehow figured it out to make it happen. But God, it would be so badass if he did.
God, I would lose my ever-loving shit if he showed up on that.
I don't think I'm going to say signs point to no.
Yeah,
but there are some slow peaking interests that makes me think it's coming. If it's got to be soon.
What are the slow peaking interests?
So the rumor was that Seth Rollins went back to his curb stomp finisher to give Omega back when he comes over, one of his finishers. He does the twisting like knee thing or whatever that Rollins was doing. That's kind of where Rollins got it from.
Does? No, he got it from Okada. He got it from the Rainmaker.
Well, but so does they both. Okada does the clothesline, but then Omega does the twisting knee. Like he'll twist them around do the knee to the face. Now it's not his finisher.
The V trigger thing too.
Yeah, the V trigger is really cool. But then he also does that one winged angel, which Killian Dane does that in NXT.
Right.
So, man, and then there's just been a couple other last year, obviously, there was an interview that they were asking superstars who you wanted to see in the Rumble, and they interviewed Rollins again, and he had said Kenny Omega, and then WWE went back out and deleted that out of the video.
Yeah.
Why?
So things I don't know.
What we think is like the New Japan connection. We don't want to talk about them. The same reason that Jimmy Jacobs got fired for taking a picture with Bullet Club.
Yeah, but I mean,
at the same time, maybe not give the spoiler away. I guess I don't know.
Oh, that's a good point. But yeah, Jericho was backstage at Raw 25 on camera wearing his Alpha Club shirt. Right. So that could be a thing. And you could see a scenario where the ring gets cleared out. Maybe it's like before number 10. Jericho's in there all alone. He's waiting. He says, "Come on, baby." Lights go down. Music hits. It's Kenny Omega.
That would be pretty
I could see it happen. I don't know.
I could too.
So thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is this happening or not?
My heart says thumbs up. My mind says thumbs down.
I'm with Jeff 100% because I think part of the reason Jericho went over there to do this was maybe to persuade and talk to Omega about coming over. I think this was all a plan.
I like to believe in cool things. I'm going to say thumbs up. It's happening. We get a Kenny Omega spot at the Royal Rumble.
But then
Dave, I will buy you a steak dinner.
You will buy me a steak dinner. Okay.
I will buy you a steak dinner if this happens.
Not a chicken dinner? What's wrong with you guys? But
I'm tweeting Kenny Omega right now. I'm telling him there's a steak dinner on the line if he shows up at the Royal Rumble.
They're going to waste his talents. The best wrestler in the world, not named AJ Styles, is going to get his talents wasted in WWE.
I'm not saying that this is his WWE debut. I'm just saying he shows up just for the Royal Rumble.
Right. Because Triple H has a lot of Triple H has a lot of connections now that he's using outside of the United States. I fully expect like Pete Dunne, for example, to appear and like maybe a couple other UK guys, but
sure.
That's what makes me think maybe some sort of Japanese influence comes over. What if Okada showed up?
That'd be dope for me, but no one would know who
exactly.
The casual fan wouldn't know who he is.
Right. Or
they're in Philadelphia this year, guys.
Yeah. So there must be some ECW connections here. Like bring back,
what if CM Punk shows up?
Oh my God.
I think Tommy Dreamer. I'd cry. I'd be
Tommy Dreamer, Sandman. I would say RVD, but his injury prevent him.
You're breaking up just a little
Tommy
bit.
Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer, I could see that. Yeah.
Stream buffering anyway.
Yeah, there's a little bit of buffering going on. I think that's on Google Hangouts end.
Okay, guys, we got to get forward with some video games.
Okay.
Yep. Are we good on the wrestling stuff for now?
The last thing I'll say is, does Undertaker show up at the Rumble? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Undecided. Okay, that's it.
Great.
Taker Cena at Mania.
So to kind of put a bow, on the wrestling stuff again, Sunday during the Rumble time, which is a special start time. It starts at our time 6 o'clock, so it'll be 7 o'clock Eastern.
Yep.
You can turn on the network to watch the actual show, and then come over to twitch.tv/nerdbacon, and we will give our insightful and hilarious and probably drunk commentary on top of the Rumble.
Yes, so come and join us for a good old-fashioned Royal Rumble watch-along/drinking party with your friends here at Nerd Bacon's Level Up Lariat podcast.
Now, we won't be doing this for NXT, mainly because I won't be around for that. So I don't know if Dave wants to do that on his own. Great.
Nope.
All right.
Dave is fine with the 4 hours of wrestling he'll be forced to watch on Sunday.
NXT,
depending on what I'm doing Saturday, I may not throw it up there then.
All right, well,
we'll see.
Throw it up. Stay tuned to Nerd Bacon Twitch TV for, or the opposite of that,
Twitch TV / Nerd Bacon
for the entire weekend of NXT Takeover and the Rumble.
All right, let's talk video games.
Yeah, video games. We gotta switch over here. So, first up on the agenda that I want to talk about is Microsoft. Big announcement from Phil Spencer and Microsoft saying that future
Phil Spencer
Xbox,
did a thing.
He did a thing. I love Phil Spencer, so just touch your face.
I love Phil Spencer. 2 out of 3 of us loves Phil Spencer.
Yes, all Xbox exclusive games going forward will be available at launch day on Xbox Game Pass. This will include, Sea of Thieves, State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, and so on and so forth, including a potential Fable game.
And the other 5 games we come out with for the rest of this run.
Well, this is why they're going to have to step up as far as first-person games are concerned.
That's right, they are.
If they do this, this is a great plan. Because it's $10 a month for Game Pass, and it's a way better service than PS Now.
Yep, agreed.
And if so, you don't have to pay $60 for Halo 6 or Crackdown 3. You can pay $10 a month, and you get access to it day one on Game Pass. This is awesome, guys.
Yeah.
Now, here's a caveat. Here's a caveat to it. As with all games on Game Pass, it's just like Netflix. They do cycle through things periodically. These games can disappear after so long. It's not like they're permanently on there.
But you're downloading the game, so it's not like you're streaming it like you are on PlayStation now. So
once it disappears from Game Pass, you will get a chance to buy it at a discounted price if you so choose, or you can buy it anyway. But
if you have it downloaded, does it disappear off of your hard drive?
I think it stays on your hard drive, and then like the license disappears or something.
Oh, interesting.
And the key word that you said there, Justin, is discounted price.
Yes.
You don't have to actually buy it because you're already paying for the service.
Right.
So even if it goes away, you still can have access to it at a lower price.
So say Sea of Thieves comes out in March. It's on there. Let's say Sea of Thieves is on there and for 6 months, and then they say, okay, we're going to take Sea of Thieves off, but people that have Games Pass can buy it for 30% off or whatever the price tag is, and then you get a discounted price. But it's on there, and a lot of games, they unless they're really good for quite a while, obviously most people are going to try to play them up front anyway. So the fact that it's on there day one means I don't have to spend $60 to try out these new games either.
That's a really cool idea, and it's also finally something that really provides a distinction for the Xbox One platform over PlayStation 4. Microsoft is definitely focusing on the service end aspect of gaming as opposed to delivering great products like Sony and Nintendo is doing.
Sure.
Now, with this service aspect, it all boils down to what's the content that's going to be on there, and I don't have the faith that they're going to be able to really kick it up a notch. I think we're too far into the Xbox One generation for it to matter at this point.
Well, you're just dead inside, so that's fine.
I'm not. I'm just being a realist.
There's a lot of good really great content on there now, first party and third party, that you can play through Pass. So, but I think Dave has a point too. Like, they do have to at some point. Okay, we're going to put first-party titles on there, or Microsoft. Okay, let me rephrase that. They're going to put Microsoft exclusive titles on there.
Mm-hmm.
So then my question also says, what about second-party titles, kind of like Cuphead? So it's not made by Microsoft.
I think that would
game by game basis. Yeah, because it's only on because you can do cross-play or Xbox Play anywhere, so that stuff would be on there as well, I imagine.
So does that? So does that mean that some developers maybe shy away from that, or does Microsoft pay them extra pennies to like help them out, so to say?
I don't know. When does the well dry up, though?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, and with this service, it's definitely fan first. It's a fan centric service, so I'm 100% for that. I just think that the more they do like this, the better it's going to be going forward into whatever the next generation is, or however they're going to continue forward. But like you said, they do have to still produce first party games, again, second party games that are exclusive to the Xbox.
Yeah.
Or Xbox PC, the whole Play Anywhere thing. Like you've got to have some substance there,
right? So I think that renders it kind of a moot point on Xbox One, because this is the point in the generation where you're going to start winding down development. You're not going to see a lot of new first-party titles announced, which is exactly what Microsoft needs, is a bunch of new first-party titles announced. But I mean, we're just about to the point where we need to start thinking about switching generations. At least traditionally, we're at that point.
Traditionally, right? They're saying they may not. I mean, this might be like they're trying to maybe break the mold, and
these are very non-traditional consoles.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at Sony; they've just crossed that 70 million sold threshold, and what's the point of switching over to a PS5 next year? I mean,
right? I think
I don't think there's a point at
a PS4 Pro and Xbox One X are stopgaps. They're there to extend the life of this current generation.
Yeah, I am starting to think that too. I was thinking, in that predictions article that I wrote, I was thinking, oh well, we're going to start hearing rumors about PlayStation 5, and we'll probably start seeing, the ramp up for it next year. But I'm starting to second guess that now and think that we won't see it till 2020 at the earliest now.
Sure.
Which I'm fine with. I hate buying new consoles. I really do.
Right.
I do too. But now you get a PC, just buy a new graphics card. Done.
Mm-hmm.
But
graphics cards are hella expensive.
They are.
Because of Bitcoin.
That is true.
Yes, they are.
I do hope, though, that, they, just for the purpose of Phil Spencer trying to, again, still win over the fans, if they are maybe, like you said, starting to wind down, I still hope they release first-party titles or titles that are exclusive to Xbox. They say they're committed to doing that. He says he's more committed than ever than changing the mold and doing that. He's obviously been put in charge, and was he VP of gaming or whatever it is under Microsoft or whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, that was one of my predictions for this year, is that we're going to see multiple first-party titles such as Fable and maybe like a Mech Assault and stuff like that. So I think, fingers crossed, I think we're in the right direction for that.
Yeah, because one of the games could be a new Fable game, because a new Fable game was apparently in the works.
You're
from Playground Games. So Fable can make it a comeback. So this announcement is big, in the box. This is a good deal for us as gamers. But now the next step needs to be Microsoft needs to give us more stuff in this box.
What is the big fascination with Phil Spencer?
He's first of all, I think he's very relatable, and you can tell how much he loves the business and he loves what he does. And I think as gamers, I feel refreshed by somebody who's not just a talking suit up there, because you can hear a puppet talk about numbers all day in video conferences, no matter what job you're in. But you can tell that Phil Spencer absolutely loves what he does, the people he does it with, and he knows that he needs to put the gamers first while still appeasing stockholders. But he's just somebody who seems very relatable to me. So he's over in my books.
And I also think that he is a gamer first and foremost before he's anything else. Like you said, he's very relatable. He like a Sony prince.
Hang on,
showcase, but I love anybody. I love Reggie more than almost anybody else in the business. Don't get me wrong. I know we all love Reggie, but I feel like Phil Spencer talk, even over Sony, even over the guys from Nintendo. I'm like, this guy is he games. Like, he games. He doesn't just play Xbox. He plays everything. I know this guy's out there doing his research. He's playing. He gamed. He was a gamer when he was a kid. He's a gamer now. He didn't get into the business late. I think he's someone who's making the correct decisions. Granted, he wasn't in charge when the Xbox One was launched. So for him to be,
he wasn't in charge when the Xbox One actually had its best years. 2014 was its best year ever, and that wasn't anything that he did. He was in charge at that point.
It's still a new console. I mean, look at the Switch, how that took off. It's going to drop down because
I just don't think any of the decisions that he's made, maybe outside of this latest announcement, I don't really see how any of his decisions have been that impactful for the Xbox One brand. I think he's overrated, personally.
I mean, he brought back backwards compatibility, which maybe isn't a big deal to everyone, but for us now, and he said going forward,
the Xbox 360 had backwards compatibility with a number of original Xbox titles, so it's not a huge
right. But when this Xbox One was brought out and they originally launched it, they launched it as the all-in-one box, hence the Xbox One name. It was the TV box, it was the sports box, it was the everything box. So he's just trying to take it into a gamer-centric platform, saying, hey, the Xbox generation's going forward, the Xbox, whatever the next one's called, Xbox 2 or the Xbox whatever it's called, you're going to be able to play your Xbox One, your Xbox 360, your Xbox original titles. I think he's just making gamer-first choices, whereas they weren't doing that in the beginning of the life cycle.
Yeah.
And I think that's just... And it may not be big for everybody. Like, not everybody's going to play it, but when Xbox does have backwards compatibility approved, and they're doing this and they're making things happen, and then we get the announcement of, I can also play Crimson Skies. Granted, we didn't get the online part of it, but we are still able to play it. Then some people are
servers on. Just someone flip a switch. Just go.
But then you do hear some people clamor for Sony to do the same thing, and now granted they don't have to do that, and they chose not to, and that's their prerogative, but it's just a gamer-centric thing that they're doing. He's just making the right choices going forward, and I feel like if they do, 2020 comes and there's Xbox 2 or whatever it's called, that I just trust that he's going to be like, okay, cut the shit. We're not doing the all-in-one box. This is going to be games first, Game Central. Since he's taken over, it's been games, and he just had a hole to dig out of because they were so far behind with Sony, obviously, and then Nintendo's picked up Steam, and I think he knows that. He's just like, I got to make the right decisions now. Or he already has come out and said, I don't care about the console war. I know we're not going to win it. I don't care about that anyway. I just want to make the right decisions for the gamer. So whoever plays on our platform is satisfied.
Sure. And what I think he's done, or what I think he's in the process of doing right now, and this is to his credit, he's really setting things up for Xbox 2 or whatever the next generation will be called. I mean, these moves may not matter as much now because we're so late into the generation and Xbox One is so far behind. But this new games, I keep forgetting the name of the service.
Game Pass?
Game Pass, thank you. This Game Pass initiative where you get to play brand new games if you got the subscription from Microsoft on day one, that's a great thing. That's really going to push that brand forward for Xbox 2. But we'll see. Yeah, great move, and it's a heck of a deal for only $9.99 per month.
Yeah, $10 a month. So as much as it costs you to get WWE Network to watch us talk about Network.
Yeah, and you get a 14-day free trial if you haven't signed up for it yet.
You do. So and there's plenty of current gen stuff, and there's a bunch of 360 games on there as well. So if you missed some 360 stuff, you can go play some of that as well. Okay. Nintendo made a splash as of recently with this Nintendo Labo. It's a 3D printer for the Switch. Oh, guys, what the hell?
It's a cardboard printer for the Switch. What?
This seems rad. Tell me about this thing.
So you don't actually get a 3D printer or a cardboard printer. It's like just okay. That's what I
so it's just like pre-printed cardboard sheets, and it's got all the stuff outlined on them, and you follow the instructions on the Switch, and you build these little devices, like you build this house or you build like this like car or this fishing pole and stuff, and then you use that stuff to interact with different games and stuff on the Switch.
That's fucking rad.
That
sounds
pretty
awesome.
rad. Yeah, it's totally out of left field.
Yeah. This is crazy, and Nintendo is known for crazy peripherals. I mean, we all own some of them, I'm sure. This seems really cool, though. Not only is it, something that you can do with a family, because obviously this is aimed for kids. But not only can you make it, but then you can use what you make in the game and get an immediate state of satisfaction where I did this and now I'm using it immediately in the game.
Right.
So this seems cool, guys. Did they put like a date or anything, or a window on this?
Yeah, April 20th. April 20th. It comes in 2 sets. You've got the activity set, which has a variety of different things. That's like $70, and then you have one where you build like this suit to transform you into a giant robot, and then you have a giant robot game that comes with it, and that sucker runs $80. But that's going to be well worth it, because who doesn't want to be a giant robot?
You sold me on that, so
that's my dream, is to be a giant robot.
The robot one is essentially a Switch VR experience, pretty darn close, because you put the Switch over your face in like some sort of cardboard holder, and then you got that backpack that's got the elastic strings. So I was kind of reading up on the details of it, but it's nifty in that sense. It's not for me. I know it's made for. I am not sold on it like you guys are.
I will finally feel like it makes sense when I strap some cardboard contraption to my back and go out in public screaming, "I'm a giant robot."
Only took us 30 years to do this. Guys, will you be buying one?
No. God,
no. Not even close.
I'm not going to spend... I'm not 5, and I'm not going to spend $70 for cardboard.
One, it's overpriced, in my opinion. And two, the black market, just like for the amiibos, how they have the amiibo cards you can get online and not even get the amiibos, you're going to see that kind of similar, where you're going to get some sort of that's my prediction with this, is you're going to see some sort of black market cardboard situation where you can get it cheaper in the software, and you can still
buy some cardboard.
You're just getting like a downloadable code for the software experience.
I mean, look, this seems cool for kids, but not for us. So good on you, Nintendo, just not for us.
You guys are both buying them.
So
it's too overpriced.
No, I'm not.
Way overpriced.
I'm buying that new Skylanders game that will feature James Hetfield from Metallica and other celebrities.
What?
Yeah, that's happening. So new Skylanders games in the works, and it will feature voice talents of people such as James Hetfield and others.
Oh my god, not buying that either.
No thanks.
I don't like this Nintendo Labo thing. I'm just throwing it out there.
You don't like it? Why not?
I don't like it. Not even a little bit. I like the moves Nintendo's been making. I think this is good for kids and stuff, but I've kind of went out there and I've done a little research to see like what some people are saying, and I've seen both sides. I've read both sides. I just think it's overpriced. When you first sent it to me and you're like, oh, it's a 3D printer kind of thing, I'm like, oh, sweet, I'm gonna get a badass 3D printer that I can hook up to my Switch. No, it's just you paying $70 or $80 for cardboard.
I wish it was a 3D printer.
I know, so do I. And then what I think it should have been was a 3D printer, or the ability to somehow, with a 3D printer, or even with the cardboard and some sort of like printer that can come with it, it allows you to like be more creative and build your own things that you could use in some sort of like world or system. I don't like this. I think it's overpriced and overworked. I don't think I think it's a fad. It'll go away quick.
You might be right on that. I wish Labo was like a virtual chemistry set, and you could make like better tasting Tide Pods. Because I've crunched the numbers on those. I've crunched the numbers on those, and those don't taste good.
Oh, man.
Guys, we live in a world where other people who are roughly our age, let's say a little bit younger than us, will take laundry detergent and go, snack time.
Morons.
I wish they would make detergent more toxic just to kill off that portion of the population.
Natural selection at its finest.
It reminds me of one of my favorite lines from The Simpsons. We need another nom to thin out their ranks.
So Nintendo Labo comes out on 420.
Yeah.
Something else comes out on 420, and not only is it the day before National Random Drug Screen Day, but
Or the day after my babies do.
well, there you go.
Way to plug something important, Justin.
Guys, God of War finally got a release date of April 20th.
Holy crap! It got a release date.
It happened.
Finally.
It's a little bit later than we expected,
And
but
it's
it's really
the
happening.
story trailer. And they got the story trailer with it.
Have you guys watched the story trailer?
I have.
I have not. I've got it pulled up. We can watch this together. We can virtually hold hands for just a little bit.
Well, let me pull it myself. Are you on YouTube then?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Okay, YouTube.com. Let me search God of fucking War trailer.
You won't find it if you search God of fucking War.
Are you on the official PlayStation one?
More.
Yeah.
3 minutes and 14 seconds long?
That's the one.
All right, fellas, are you ready?
Hang on just a second. Let me get this queued up over here. Get this out of the way. All right.
All right, you ready? I'll count down.
I'm ready. All right.
Justin, you watching with us?
Sure.
Do it, Justin. Be our friend. Justin,
yeah, I'm your friend.
Justin.
Let's go.
All right, people watching this live, we're going to count down to the God of War story trailer, the PlayStation on YouTube. Ready?
Yes.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, play. It's exciting television.
There do I see my mother. Oh, there do I see my father. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me. Oh, there do they call to me.
That bow's a little big for you, isn't it?
My mother made it for me. Said I'd grow into it.
Here's Kratos.
Find your way home. You are free.
A subdued
We're taking
Kratos.
our ashes to the highest peak in the realms.
Ashes?
It was our last wish.
Where must we go?
To a realm beyond your own.
This looks so pretty.
Yeah,
This looks really good, guys.
Looks very good.
There's only one person who can get you where you need to go. They call me Mimir!
Call me
Smartest
Jim?
man alive. First, you need to cut off my head.
That axe you
All right.
got. You gotta handle her special.
I know you're a god. Not of this realm, but there's no mistaking it. He doesn't know, does he? About your true nature? Or his own?
The longer you wait, the more damage you do. He will resent you, and you may lose him forever.
You're next! I'll rip your head off!
There are consequences to killing a god.
Why? How do you know? How do you know?
Power of this weapon, any weapon, comes from here. But only when tempered by this. By discipline. The self-control of the one who wields it.
Oh, it is the raging Kratos, I like that.
Open the door! We need your help!
This is no ordinary illness. The boy's true nature, your true nature, fights within him.
So I'm a man now. Like you?
No. We are not men. We are more than that.
Oh my.
Oh.
The responsibility is far greater.
Oh my.
Okay, just step
yeah.
to the head.
Oh my.
Can you kill something that big?
Hey, it's Monster Hunter. April 20th, 2018. Finally get a date on that thing.
Wow.
Pre-order and get 3 shield skins for
Oh, you
your
got 3 shield skins.
Whoa.
All right,
Shield
fellas.
skins.
Someone's dying in this game. Either it's Kratos or the kid. Pick.
I'm going with Doc Croc. I
I think
think
Doc Croc might have nailed this
I
one.
think the kid kills Kratos. I've been saying for months and months and months that Kratos dies, but I think Doc
know,
Croc's
just-
extra little spice on that is accurate.
Yeah, just seeing that and there there are consequences for killing a god. I think
right. That was the line that stuck with me.
Well, yeah,
that will be.
Yeah, there was that, and then talking about the kid's true nature coming out. So it's obvious that, so it's like Kratos is on Earth, and he's hiding the fact that he's a god. He's trying to put behind his old rampaging nature. He's like, do you remember in Kill Bill when Bill was talking about Superman and how Superman is so unique because Superman has to hide who he really is. And that's what Kratos seems to be doing from this trailer. But then his kid is embodying that as well. And his kid has these tendencies that are starting to come out and boil to the surface. And I'm hyped. I'm so hyped. That looked so good, guys.
There's some symbolism in that, in the fact that his wrist wraps came undone. There's some symbolism in that.
Okay, what is the symbolism? I was trying to figure that out, but I had to confess, I've never played any of the God of War games, dude. So.
Perhaps he's losing some grip on what made Kratos Kratos. He's losing what's inside of him because it's going into the kid. Like, he's becoming less of a Kratos, and because the Kratos is going to become his kid. If you just tuned in, we just watched the God of War story trailer that launched today, right? It dropped today.
Yeah, it just dropped today, along with the release date of April 20th.
Yes.
And it looks incredible, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this game.
I think the other thing that could possibly happen, if the kid doesn't kill Kratos, I could see Kratos sacrificing himself for the kid.
Yeah.
Somehow, like, to give, like, his... Because, okay, so I've played 2 of the 3 main ones. I have the 3rd remastered. I actually should play this, but play it before this one comes out. I love the God of War franchise. I think it's absolutely an incredible amount of fun.
Yes.
I think that I know, like, if you go back into like the lore of the first one, you know, he was obviously human, and then he slaughtered like his own like village or whatever, and then he was punished by having the ashes of all the people he killed burned into his skin, and that's why he's white, like ungodly white. But then obviously he kills Ares, and then becomes the God of War, and then he faces the Titans as well as the gods, and what blah blah blah, and goes on. Yep. So anyway, maybe he has to sacrifice himself, you know, to give the, you know, kid life. Maybe, you know, the kid needs life, and he can do it through sacrificing himself somehow, some way. But
the bottom line is, I think we're all in agreement here that Kratos is doomed.
It sure seems like
my initial let's keep this in here as well. Because my initial thing was I think the kid dies to set Kratos off even more. And so this is when I first saw the game back at E3. So I'm gonna keep that back in my head, just in case I'm right there. But
so you want the best?
I can be.
You want the best of both worlds on these predictions.
Exactly. I want to be right on both ends.
No, but you can't. You can only be right on one end.
Either way, this looks fantastic, and definitely day one purchase, and the hype is absolutely real. April 20th, PS4, God of War hits, and guys, this would be fucking awesome.
Yep.
See, I don't think Kratos goes back to old ragey Kratos, because Cory Balrog has talked extensively about how they want to kind of get away from that. But the kid discovering his latent tendencies of being a god, and then taking over as the God of War, because that trailer showed the kid like breaking out into some Anakin Skywalker temper tantrums over there.
Yeah. This series is definitely going to be shifting towards him.
Yeah.
Or does neither of them die, and the kid becomes the villain, like much like Anakin?
Ooh.
And then Kratos must go kill his own son.
Maybe it's a new couple games. There's another trilogy of games, and by the last one you have to face your son, kind of thing.
Dude.
Maybe this ends up as everything that the Star Wars prequel trilogy was supposed to be.
It could be.
God, level up, Justin. You just blew my mind with that analysis.
Let's hit a few more news topics, unless we want to talk about God of War some more.
All I know is that I want the game now. It's also, there's a couple of things. It's also interesting. Again, this is another game that's coming out on a Friday, so it feels like this shift to Friday releases is now confirmed, which I'm all for. It's great to be able to look forward to a game and then be able to play it all weekend instead of playing like do I take Wednesday off so I can get through work on Tuesday and pick up the game and then play it all day Wednesday? No, Friday releases. That's smart.
And that starts this weekend. I mean, Dragon Ball Fighters. We're gonna be streaming Dragon Ball Fighters on PS4 right here at Twitch.tv/NerdBacon. I'm gonna make a stop over to the Dave Cave, and we'll be playing. Ideally, we discussed this. I thought we'll be playing. Dave and I, and perhaps Sean will be there. We'll be playing Dragon Ball Fighters the entire evening, pretty much. So,
oh yes.
That's happening.
That's going to be the feature game on my with my stream this week too. So I'll be, if you guys are on Nerd Bacon, I'll coincide somehow with Friday Night Fights.
What was I going to say? Oh, the other thing was there's some chatter going around that the collector's edition of God of War comes with a steel case and a download code, not a physical disc.
Interesting.
Yeah. Which, if that's a move that the industry is going to start going towards, I am not for that.
No, I'm not. I mean, I like digital downloads. It's like I always have it, and it's easy, it's more convenient for me going to a store.
Sure.
But if I'm going to a store, I want a physical thing in my hands.
Exactly. And I feel like I don't have control over a digital code. I feel like my license for that code could get pulled at any time.
Right.
But I don't know if this is confirmed. And I don't know if that is only for the collector's edition or if that extends towards the regular edition. Because how crappy would that be to walk into a store, buy a physical case, open it up, and it's like, here's your download code.
Yeah. Here's a piece of paper with your game on it.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, fellas. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition dropped last week. We all have played it. We all have streamed it at some point. I think Dave and I have talked off stream that it's actually a full game.
Yeah.
It feels like Street Fighter V actually lives up to the legacy of the Street Fighter series. It's still not perfect, because I'm still really pissed at Capcom for several reasons I'll get into in a second. But Justin, your thoughts on Street Fighter V as a newbie into the Street Fighter V series?
So I mean, I've obviously played old Street Fighter games, and so I'm glad to get back into seeing some familiar faces and some new that I haven't really gotten to play with before. So, I did stream this last week on my channel and tried to toy around with it a little bit here and there, and even tried to dove into like the story mode and whatnot to try to see what that was all about. I don't know why he's growling.
Continue.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
There was a growl. Did you hear the growl?
What was that all about?
That was me. I'll get there. Continue, Justin.
So anyway, this is the game that should have released 2 years ago. It's what it boils down to. It's getting good reviews, as it should. It's a good game. Now, is it a perfect game? Absolutely not. You know, I definitely think it's a good game. It's on the higher end of the fighting games. And if you like Street Fighter and the history of Street Fighter, this is the game. Like I said, it should have been the whole time. They finally put the arcade modes in, the story modes, the different challenges and whatnot. And the team battle is really cool that you can do that in there as well. So the fight money's a little bit skimped. I think they still skimp people on fight money, and there's more growling going on. And then I didn't have any issues with the one match I was able to play online because, like I said, I kind of got away from playing a little bit over the weekend and had some things come up. But I've not heard of too many issues. I think there was one night where they were down, but I don't know if it was planned or not. But
it was actually Saturday night, the night that I was going to try and stream it. So.
Of course it was.
Dave, can you stop breaking everything, please?
Jeez Louise, I'm cursed with tech. I hate technology.
I think it's a fun game. It's like I said, it's just the game that we should have gotten a long time ago. That's the only caveat with it. So,
all right, Dave, you're the resident Street Fighter aficionado.
You know, I haven't gotten enough of a chance to really play around it. I've screwed around with arcade mode a little bit, which is awesome. It's great to have an arcade mode.
Yes.
Yep.
Because that's how you really start to feel better about playing the game.
Yeah, right.
I haven't really seen too much in the way of the balance changes playing out yet, or got to fool around with everybody's new V trigger. But like Justin said, this is the game that we should have gotten 2 years ago at launch. I can't wait to see how the metagame changes over the course of the next few months as we head to EVO. I'm sure it's going to be radically different as we head to EVO Japan over the course of this weekend, actually.
Yep. Right.
So, yeah, it's an exciting time. I think Street Fighter is finally getting back to where it needs to be. Hopefully it attracts a new audience and keeps that series going. It's finally becoming a good game.
For sure, and I'll go with the positives first. If you're someone who's new to Street Fighter V, this is the best time to get in. For $40, you get a fantastic package of game and 2 season passes full of characters and costumes. If you bought it day one, like let's say I did, and you supported them from day one because you're a fan of Capcom and their fighting games, you got in the ass.
Did it feel good?
Here's why.
They at least lube it up a little bit for you?
Nope. $60. $60 is what you paid to get the game. Okay. I then spent $20 for Season Pass 1 and $20 for Season Pass 2. So I spent $100 on this. I was a day one supporter. Justin comes in, buys the arcade edition for $40.
That dick.
So $60 less than what I paid for it.
Suck, Justin.
He gets more content than I do.
I did buy the season 3 pass.
Fine. But from your 40 to my 100, you got more content than I did.
I'm not disagreeing with you on this.
Okay. And how Capcom could have helped this out is you bought it day one and you have Season Pass 1 and 2. Here's some fight money. Here's you could buy 2 free stages or some free costumes as a way of saying thanks. Or you get this bundle of the throwback costumes that Arcade Edition got for new owners as a way of saying thanks. Nope, I didn't get a damn thing. I got no fight money, and I played through arcade mode. I played through a story mode. I said, "Oh yeah, I can play story mode and get some fight money." I played through it. I got nothing. Apparently, you needed to do that before Arcade Edition dropped to get fight money.
Yep.
And the individual story characters, story mode, also would give you fight money before Arcade Edition dropped.
Yep.
So I got screwed by Capcom.
At least give us some costumes or something like that. Just to say, hey, thanks for being there since day one.
This is a good fighting game. Arcade Edition made Street Fighter V a good fighting game, but one I want to actually play again, unlike what it was before. I like this game. I hate the fact that I got financially screwed by Capcom.
Yeah. It sucks, and I'm in the same boat. I actually bought the Street Fighter Collector's Edition, so I paid like $100 for my day one, and then paid extra for the season passes, and I'm gonna have to pay $30 for the season 3 pass, and getting having to pay a lot more money for what Justin's paying $40 for. So.
I paid what did I paid
better
$70
be a good steak dinner that I get when Kenny Omega shows up at the Royal Rumble on Sunday.
So I paid so I got the game at Best Buy, so I paid $32. I mean, not okay. Let's just say I didn't use gift cards I got from Christmas or whatever, but I paid $32, and then I bought the season pass for season 3 was $30, so $62 in the end, roughly plus tax, $65. Say, so
65.
Yeah,
you poor baby.
I mean, so like it makes me feel for you guys because, like you said, you got this game up front. You guys got this game in the very beginning, and you guys have supported this whole time.
Do you really feel bad though? Like, do you sit alone? Do you sit in a dark room at night and you're like, I can't face the light because I feel so bad for Jeff and Dave. I'm going to save some of my tears in a weeping vase.
I sulk at night every night.
I feel so bad. I cannot eat my dinner because I feel bad for Jeff and Dave.
Because of Street Fighter V.
I am wearing sackcloth and ashes because I feel so bad for Jeff and Dave. I'm going to write a book of like sad poetry in honor of Jeff and Dave and their sufferings.
I'm going to write my own emo song.
The lamentations of Jeff and Dave.
Yep.
But look, it's a good fighting game. It makes me just want to wait to buy Capcom games now, and that's a bummer because I love Capcom to death. I love Capcom for years, And I just feel like this. I'm not. I mean, this is not me feeling entitled to this. I'm not entitled to all this stuff. It's just I paid a lot of money way earlier, and instead of them saying, "Okay, thanks for helping us out. We're sorry for how it launched. Here's some extra stuff." Nope. If you get back of the line, spend less money, you get more stuff, and that's kind of shitty, guys.
Right.
Anyway, Street Fighter 5 Arcade Edition. If you don't have Street Fighter 5 yet, buy Arcade. If you bought early, you got screwed. Okay. Some other quick hits here before we take her home because we ran kind of long. A more DLC pack, including Saw.
They sure
Saw's
did.
in there, and the pig, and what have you. Justin, you're a Dead by Daylight player. What happened? What's in that?
Yeah, so it's out now. It actually is already out. Like people are playing it right now on PC. So basically another licensed DLC pack. This one's with Saw. Long story short, the killer is the pig character, from the Saw movies, and there's a map. I believe it's supposed to be reminiscent of the area in the first movie, that the two were chained up, and then there's a new, not a mode, but like a new method of madness, so to say. So if you play as I guess it's just called the pig, the killer is. There's also a new survivor as well, but you play as just the pig. The pig can actually put a contraption on your head, a la the Saw movies, that can be set off on a timer. So here's how this works. Most people, when they play Dead by Daylight, and this is an experience I've had, will get mad at a killer for numerous reasons. Obviously, whether you're good, whether you're bad. And then sometimes you can get mad at a fellow survivor if they don't help you, because the whole goal is to escape and try to have as many of you escape as possible. All you have to do is repair 5 generators and escape. Okay, seems easy. That seems easy, right?
Shit.
But it's really not.
People in horror movies died because they don't know how to prepare a generator.
They can't do QTEs.
Oh.
And obviously there's other ways that you can escape, and there's other things that you can do. But in this madness that they just created, you can actually get mad at another survivor. So what happens is if the pig puts this mechanism on your head somehow, some way, the timer never starts. But if one of your teammates finishes repairing a generator, that timer then starts.
Oh
no!
So then they have a choice: don't repair the generator and get that thing off your head, or repair the generator and either try to get off your head or say "F you, goodbye." So it's just another way for it to throw a wrinkle in the game. So that's out now, and it's really cool looking, actually. And
they've supported that game for a long time. It's got a bunch of players to it. Friday the 13th is basically done at this point.
Yeah.
Because if people want that horror game, play DBD, because it's a better game.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, some more quick hits here. Overwatch just released that new map. The Blizzard world is now open.
Oh, okay.
That's now out of public test realm. It's
Sweet.
currently on the main server. So Blizzard world is now open to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. I may check it out at some point. Dragon Ball FighterZ the beta come back for a day. None of us played it because none of us knew about it, I don't think.
Dragon Ball FighterZ beta is out right now for Xbox as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
kind of a shadow drop.
To fix some issues before the game launches. Guys, I cannot wait to play that game because it was awesome. And oh my god, I can't wait for that game.
Yeah, I am so stoked for Friday.
New Harry Potter mobile game announced, but Niantic, people who made Pokemon Go, is still making their Harry Potter game due out later on this year.
Yep, there's 2 mobile Harry Potter games. The reason I kind of talked about this one is because for the longest time, the type of Harry Potter game people wanted that are into this are kind of like an open world, like create your own, go through the life of a student, the whole 7 years or whatever it is take to get through it, or how many years. And that's what you do in this, essentially. So looks like it could be actually a pretty big hit.
PlayStation announced some collectible figurines called Totaku. What is this, guys?
Sounds like a seaweed salad.
Yes, very good.
With a rare fish off
A
of
seaweed salad.
out of
Essentially, they look like amiibo, but I don't know what the functionality is, or if they're just collectible figurines. I don't know a whole lot into it other than that. But
we may know more E3 if this is going to be a real thing or not.
Yep.
Jeez, please no.
And last thing I want to talk about was that rumor that John Cena could be Duke Nukem in a movie this year.
yes, he could.
But I don't think it's gonna happen just because he's so entrenched in the Nickelodeon like teen choice like that G-rated realm. I don't think as long as he's with WWE and ingrained in that Nickelodeon culture, there's no way that he's Duke Nukem. I would love it because he looks like Duke Nukem and he'd be funny as like Duke Nukem. But I don't see it happening.
It would be tough to do anything Duke Nukem related in this pussified climate that we have right now.
Yep.
I mean, can you imagine like 90s Duke Nukem being released today?
The world 2018 needs Duke Nukem right now.
Waypoint and Reset era would shit themselves because they would not know how to react. That's the only thing that they could do.
Very true.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago, I believe it was on the show that
we did.
You know, how cool would it be for a Duke Nukem now?
So where did that rumor come from that John Cena was going to be was in talks to play the King?
It was posted yesterday afternoon on different social media. It was trending on Twitter. I have to look it up to see exactly
it
where.
It was kind of a real kind of underground place that I think it was, but I couldn't be.
Let's see if I can look it up. John Cena.
You know, the insanity of the rumor, I'm just going to say it's probably true.
I would love to see it.
Forbes is even talking about it. Let's
see.
Digital Trends, Forbes. I mean, it's out there now. Variety. I don't know where it exactly started.
I see it on Polygon right now. I don't know.
It's all over now.
Papa John's?
Polygon.
Oh, okay.
Rust is coming out of early access in February.
Dragon Ball FighterZ on that, so you're not rusty.
Dragon Ball FighterZ is a loot box system that will not annoy you.
Yes, that is true.
It's actually a loot box.
Hey, Senor Con Queso, you know
What's up?
I'm rocking the robe.
That's right, he is.
Fellas, any other kind of last minute tidbits to get to before we kind of sign off for the evening? And
I think we've hit everything.
RBI Baseball 18 got announced with
Francisco Lindor is on
Thank you. And MLB is developing it itself.
Yeah. They've been closely on the last couple. I know that.
Oh, let's see. David Jaffe's studio lays off a majority of its staff. I am assuming following the commercial failure of Drawn to Death.
Yeah, even despite being a PlayStation Plus offering right at launch, it did not do so hot, which is too bad because it looked really cool. I've got it downloaded, and I don't think I've played it.
It was just more the attitude about it, where they had to say the F word every other word, and I just got the attitude was just too much. It looks cool, but it was too much in your face, and it was just not a good game. And it was a multiplayer only. So when you release a multiplayer only arcade game, you're taking your life in your own hands, basically.
Right.
That's kind of all what I've got there, guys.
The only thing I'll mention, and it's just more of a. I mean, we already talked about the Fable game, which, by the way, not to toot my own horn, but I will a little bit. I said it may be happening this year, but the only other thing is
actually, I'm sorry, I gotta say, I was working all weekend cutting the predictions episode. You said Mech Assault was gonna get announced,
and then he said Fable 2.
No, we had talked about Fable because the rumor was already out.
I'll have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't get credit for that one, brother. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned Fable in there too, but if I didn't, either way, that's pretty cool about it. But the only thing I was going to mention was, and I don't play Destiny 2 anymore. Do either of you play Destiny 2 anymore?
Yes.
I never started.
I'm actually considering buying it on PC because it looks so damn good on PC.
I knew it was going to be the devil. I knew
it.
Do
you know anything about this whole rally faction thing that's going on?
No, I haven't played in a while. I've dropped off recently.
I kind of put it out there about they're under fire for throttling the rally faction tokens. I have no idea, like getting into detail. I was hoping that you played it, but
yeah, they kind of put a cap on how many your clan can get in a certain amount of time, which means like why would you do it then if you could just get up there and just go okay, screw it then. I don't know. I don't,
Otherwise, I don't think I have much else I can think of.
Jinx sent me an email saying they're making the actual Winner Chicken Dinner T-shirts from PUBG that you can buy for reals. I might actually buy one for reals. It's the Pioneer shirt, the one that all people get for playing early access on PC. It's the black one with all the Ed Hardy stuff all over it. I might buy one. All right, Justin, what have you been streaming as of late? What will you be streaming on your Twitch channel, Twitch TV?
Yeah, so of course, if you haven't already, follow there, twitch.tv /SlopJustin. Tomorrow night, my in-laws are going to be in town, so I'm hoping to stream, but
Don't stream that.
Depending on what time, yeah, I'm not going to stream that, but depending on what time they get in town, I may be able to still stream tomorrow. If I do, I was thinking about playing Earthbound, because way back Wednesday, so
Sure.
that might be what I do on Wednesday. Otherwise, I'll be off Thursday unless I don't stream tomorrow. Then I may do a Thursday stream. But then Friday, I'll be playing Dragon Ball FighterZ with you guys as well. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Of course. Yep. So that's really it. And then Royal Rumble this weekend.
Yep. Dave, go ahead. What have you been streaming or playing? Or what will you be streaming and playing?
I haven't really been streaming or playing anything. I've been editing videos. That's about it.
Yeah, go to the YouTube channel because he put a bunch of videos up over there, including our Game of the Year deliberations from last year.
Yep, that's right. And actually, I need to get that uploaded to Twitch. Twitch's premiere thing is really cool, by the way. The fact that you can just set a playlist of videos that you upload to Twitch or past broadcasts that you've done. So you can set a playlist and just have that running. So we could, in essence, have this channel running 24/7, which is the goal of mine.
Nice.
The downside is, as far as uploading, it's a real bear. It seems to take forever to upload to the Twitch site. Yeah, I don't know why. It takes. It feels like
I think it's still really new, so they're probably still figuring it out.
Okay. Yeah, it feels like it takes a lot longer than it does to upload something to YouTube.
And perhaps everyone's doing it at the same time, which I'm sure is stressing out the servers to the max.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, let's kind of recap what's happening. So Friday on this channel, we'll be doing some Dragon Ball FighterZ with the Watchman and myself, and probably Sean if we can get him over there.
Jesus, it sounds like you're gonna throw up over there. What's going
on?
It's that best damn cream soda come back and bite me in the ass. Sorry.
Hold your liquor, son.
I'm trying to. And then Sunday we'll do our watch along. So we're gonna do perhaps a fighting marathon before the Rumble. So keep it here for fighting games, and then the Royal Rumble watch along with us.
Yeah, depending on how much stuff I can get done Sunday. One thing I want to do very soon is have another 12-hour fight-a-thon.
That was fun.
Oh yeah.
That was fun. We'll get Justin in town as well to do that.
Maybe in the spring.
Yes. Over at twitch.tv/JeffRoth. Yesterday I did one of my first ever VR streams, as I streamed some Elite Dangerous from my Oculus Rift. I'm going to be doing more of that. And of course the JFWF be coming back before the Rumble. May do something special with the Rumble in Fire Pro Wrestling. And of course I'll be streaming Dragon Ball FighterZ as well on Friday with Dave. And then Monster Hunter World comes out this Friday as well.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Doing something with that. And some PUBG. It's gonna be a lots happening on the Jeff Roth channel and the Nerd Bacon channel and the Level Up Justin channel. Nice echo. What else we got? Take her home, fellas.
That's not my echo. Somebody's watching a video.
Yeah, Justin's watching something.
Yeah, stop it. Stop watching porn, Justin.
Stop it. Follow us all on Twitter at Jeff Roth, at Dave the Watchman, at Level Up Justin. We're all there.
Yeah.
And I think we're all going to...
Go to the YouTube site, follow that. If you're watching right now here on twitch.tv, make sure you give us a follow and set your thing to alert you by text or email whenever your favorite channels go live so we can bug you whenever we decide to stream.
Right. Not only do we have this podcast every week, every Tuesday on this channel, but we have, and not just us streaming on this, but we have other like-minded Nerd Baconeers who also stream on this channel as well. So something's always happening on this channel. Make sure you follow and know when somebody goes live from the Nerd Bacon crew.
And if you're interested in writing for Nerd Bacon as well, go fill out an application at nerdbacon.com. we're always looking for new writers, and who knows, we might get you streaming on board for Nerd Bacon as well.
That's right. We're a good community of people, despite what you might think from watching us talk about wrestling and video games all week.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely join us Friday night, depending on what we're doing for fighting. But we will definitely be here for the Royal Rumble watch along Sunday, starting at 7 Eastern. So
all right, taking her home and getting the go home cue. My name is Jeff, aka Jeff Roth.
I'm Dave, the Watchman.
I'm Level Up Justin.
And thank you all for watching this week's episode of the Level Larry podcast. Back again next week with our thoughts on Dragon Ball FighterZ, perhaps in Monster Hunter World, and our thoughts after NXT and Royal Rumble. A lot of stuff next week, fellas. Make sure you stay tuned.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Stay tasty.
Too sweet.